All right. Welcome back to another episode of Granted, everybody. This is the first podcast I've recorded since I have officially graduated high school, and I'm here with another graduate and a rising senior to her left. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
I'm Abigail. I'm going to Miami University in the fall.
Nice.
I'm Sophie. I'll be a senior at Northfield High School.
Okay, so Sophie and I used to work together at Stanley, and Abigail, we recently rekindled at prom because you were the date of the other person that how do I even describe that?
I don't know.
We went to prom together
Yeah,
pretty much
pretty much.
in a little group,
No,
but it's not Miami University in Ohio.
no, it is
It is the one in
Ohio,
Ohio. That's right.
not
So
Ohio.
how do you, people ask you that all the time?
Yeah.
They say, oh, which one is it?
Well, they always ask. They're like, "Oh, like you're going to a beach and like
Yeah, no,
Miami
it's in
Beach."
Ohio. I forget, is Ohio on the coast?
No.
Mm.
So there's no beaches.
No.
No.
Ah, okay.
There's lakes and stuff.
Are you gonna miss the beach?
Oh yeah.
Is the beach something you guys enjoy?
Oh yeah.
No?
Mm.
Yeah, okay, so you're more of like if I asked you, would you rather have a mountain house or a beach?
Mountain.
Mountain house. Are you a big skier?
Oh,
Hiker?
I like hiking. I like
Outdoors.
mountain biking.
I'm taking the beach every day, but I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abigail and I just graduated last Saturday.
Yeah.
How do you feel after graduating? Like how was it, first of all? Did you like enjoy the day or was it more of a sad day for you?
I don't know. I feel like I wasn't really sad at all. I feel like I was really like tired. Like
Yeah, it
it
was
was a long
exhausting.
day.
It
Like
was.
getting to school at like what, 12?
Yeah, because they made us stay for so long.
Yeah, that was like yeah, I didn't like
That
it.
was bad.
I mean, I didn't really feel like different after it either.
Yeah, I
Which
I
is
don't
like
think it's really hit yet.
yeah. Your speech really got me though. Like
Oh,
I
I did.
actually shed a few tears during
Oh,
yours.
that's very nice. I've heard that from a few people because I like wanted to make the speech emotional,
Hmm.
but I didn't think it was gonna affect people like that. I thought it was a nice like
It was
balance
also like
between
one of the first speeches that we got. So it was
yeah,
like yeah, it
yeah,
was
it was kind of like
nice.
okay, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally did not expect to be put first at all. They did not
Hmm.
let me know that until the last second. They're like, "Oh, you're speaking first," and I didn't expect that at all. I was very
Yeah.
happy to speak first because it was what my dad said is like you'll have people's attention.
Yeah,
Like
that's good.
before the first speech, everyone's kind of locked in
Hmm.
because it's like the start of the ceremony, but towards the end you kind of lose your attention a little bit, especially at the very end. Did the principal speak after the diplomas? She did say something, right?
Yeah, she said a few things
That was
about
the one
the
about the
feathers.
feathers
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, do you want to explain what we got?
I mean, okay,
Your
so
little
like,
token?
well, like at the end when we got our actual like diploma, we got like a feather. And
Yeah,
it was like, I don't even know what she said. She was like, take this feather and
yeah.
fly
Protection.
Oh yeah, the five pillars.
diverse. No, not diverse.
No, diversity.
Yeah, diversity.
Finding. Wait, there was like one.
No, I have it.
Uh,
I
it
have
was
it
weird though.
literally
It was
taken
a
a
weird
page, mate,
speech.
and I was like,
Yes, yes, that part was wild. I could not
yeah.
believe she said that,
Mm.
but that speech was it was all right, you know.
The feather. It's a
Yeah,
cute
it's
touch, I
cool. Are you
guess.
gonna I would like put it on my car keychain, I guess.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
a
and
chain
it's
to go with the
laminated
feather.
or whatever. It's like
Mm.
silver or bronze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's like it's not like I thought it was like a real
Well,
feather.
did you not get the actual feather?
No,
I got an actual
you got an
feather.
actual bird feather.
No,
So they're just like out there like
I got
slaying
two.
birds right before the ceremony.
No, I got like a purple, like actual feather, like a fluffy feather,
What?
and then I got like the little silver
Some people are loved more than others.
thing.
Okay. What happened to equality,
Well,
Northfield?
there was also like, did you get the Northfield sticker?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
How do you feel about like I've been talking about this with my family. To what extent are you still living in your high school life? Like I think putting the Northfield sticker on my MacBook, I'd do that.
yeah.
That's a nice token to the school. I told my mom I thought for some reason I told my mom if I had the picture of all the seniors
Mm.
on a basketball team, I would put that in my dorm. To what extent is that like living in your high school life or whatever? I feel like that's
You
acceptable,
can
but
get away from it. Like, I'm still coaching at Northfield. Like, I'm coaching throughout the summer, so I
okay.
really can't get away from it.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's nice to bring things from high school to
Yeah.
college. Like you don't have to, just because I bring that to high school or to college does not mean I'm peaking. Whatever, you know?
College majored in high school.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Just small little things that you could bring to remember it.
Yeah.
That'll be
It's
nice.
like a big part of my life. So
What, just Northfield
high
in
school.
general?
Yeah.
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 How would you rate, Sophie, how would you rate your high school experience so far? Because you're about to be a senior.
I think high school's gone pretty well so far.
That's good.
It's different from my like middle school and like elementary school because like I only had 50 kids in my grade. I was with the same
Oh,
50 kids for 9 years.
Oh
So
yeah.
I went from that to like
much bigger
over
school.
500 and like I didn't know anyone, so I had to like meet everyone.
Yeah,
But I think like having a bigger school, in my opinion, is better
I
because
would
there's
agree with
just
that.
more people to like reach out to. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the teachers at Northfield, like hearing about like teachers from other schools, like I feel like we have like pretty good
we
teachers
do.
Yeah.
and like the students are good. Our school spirit for like the student section could get a little bit
Yeah,
better, but yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You did
tried.
try.
I would like to mention that, like,
Yeah.
I'm not really a clocky person, but personally, I was not featured in the yearbook senior shoutouts
You
for
weren't
senior
serious?
spirit or for spirit. Yeah, you were with you and Frank, right?
Yeah, me and Frank
I
did.
was so pissed. I was so pissed. I normally don't name drop, but because Frank's my friend, bro, you should not have won that, and you know you shouldn't have won that because I went crazy this year personally, and I wanted to bring the spirit, and then I didn't win it. So I just
You
feel
brought
kind
a
of,
lot of spirit, I will say that.
I feel
I don't
robbed.
really understand why I got even nominated for that. I was really confused
So
about
that's,
that.
hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was nice to see all the. I looked at the yearbook after we graduated because I felt like it was kind of a the yearbook wraps it up like, oh, we're
Yeah.
done. This is the memories, this is everything.
Okay.
But that's a perfect segue into the next question. What is one of your favorite memories at Northfield and why? Or maybe it's more of a story. It doesn't even have to be at Northfield, I guess. It could be a high school story in general.
You go first, cause I.
You
I
go
can start.
first.
I can
Yeah, you
start.
go
Well, you
first,
guys
'cause
think
I
about it.
don't even know.
Okay, I'll go back to sophomore year. I
Oh.
remember Evan showed me a TikTok of these guys that did like a ESPN booth at the basketball game, right?
Oh.
And they did like they had real microphones and they were interviewing people during the basketball game and they dressed up in suits and everything. And Evan was like, "We should do that for the championship soccer game." So then we got all the gear together. We did like we drew out the logos of both teams. We got like a table. We had a fake podcast set up. This was probably right as I was starting it and we snuck all the gear in, which was insane because we were like, no, there's metal detectors. Like, how are we going to get this in?
Yeah.
So it was at the stadium, right? It was at Switchback Stadium.
Mhm.
And we had people go in before and we handed the gear up from like the bottom through the gate. And they were like taking a big ass table, like they were moving the stuff through the gate. And then once it was all moved through, then we went through and then we set up right in the front of the field and that was insane. It was so fun.
Ben saw all that happen,
Yeah,
like pointed it out.
yeah. It was such a great time because it was like you saw something, you made it happen, and it was I think at some point the Battle Mountain kids came over when they were losing, and we like interviewed them as they were losing,
Probably, yeah.
and it was just really fun. It felt like we were reporters.
That's
We all had suits and everything. It was great.
nice.
That's probably my one of my favorite memories.
I can't think of a favorite memory.
How about like the
Like,
cheer stuff?
I have a memory. My freshman year, I was on the cheer and the Palms team. And so it's like my first year, like really doing like any big like school event. Like I've never like cheered at homecoming before. And since I was on the cheer and the Palms team for the pep rally, like the fall pep rally that leads
oh,
into
and then,
homecoming,
yeah.
cheer and Palms both perform, but we have different uniforms.
Hmm.
So
I remember that. That was insane.
what came first? Cheer or Palms?
Palms, because
Okay, yeah. So Palms performed first. So I like performed. I'm like on the field. I'm terrified. Like I'm a freshman performing like in
Yeah,
front of the
hmm
school.
yeah.
I like perform. We're all on the football field. And then we have like I think one speech in between.
Mm-hmm.
And so right after we're
Barely.
done, right after we're done performing, I have to like run back and I have like I think the girls like gymnastics team is like huddling around me where I change into my cheer uniform in like broad
They're
daylight.
so different too. Like there's
Yeah.
like 3 pieces to the
Yeah.
cheer uniform,
Yeah.
and there's only 1 piece to palms.
And I had to like change in like broad daylight on the field with like the whole school watching.
No
Yeah,
way.
'cause it was on the field.
What?
I remember that.
I performed for cheer, and then it was just like full like freshman year homecoming, like all of
Mhm.
it, and like cheering at the every homecoming game is
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah.
Um, but for the homecoming game, I wore. Okay, for the homecoming game, I performed with Palms, and then it went straight into cheer, but like there was no speech or anything.
Yeah.
So the whole cheer team was wearing like a
Oh,
blue uniform.
yeah.
It's me wearing my
The
like
white
white dress.
But at least you were in the middle,
Yeah.
so it didn't look too bad, I guess.
Wait, so you performed with the white dress?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for like actual homecoming game
That's insane.
in front of like
And that's when the whole gymnastics team surrounded you?
no, that was
No,
for
That was a
this.
different, that was the pep rally.
Yeah, but for the actual.
Okay.
It was just like I feel like just being like a freshman, like new to everything, beginning of the school year, and like being on the two teams and getting like thrown into like all of it. I
Yeah.
was like I couldn't even comprehend it.
No, that's insane. That's insane. That's
Yeah,
actually
it's
insane. Like, are the yeah, that's
No, I remember that
for a
was
freshman
basically
experience, that's I would have been so nervous.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
something.
So like just to go to the I just don't understand this because is the gymnastics team circling you with their backs towards you or are they just staring?
Like a girl.
Like what?
I
How are the logistics of that working?
have like shorts on and like a sports
Yeah.
bra on, but I was like still stripping down.
Okay.
Shorts on and like a sports
Yeah, I was
bra.
gonna say if you were going completely all out, I was like, yo, that's insane. And
No,
in like in broad daylight is nuts.
no, yeah. I had like I still had
Okay,
stuff,
that's
but
a little bit less.
yeah.
Yeah, that's better. But I totally get how it's a big story. How did you like doing both? And when did you stop doing both?
So going into freshman year, I was like, I'm gonna cheer. But then my best friend was going to do palms. So I
Yeah,
was like, I'll just try out for both. Like, I don't think I'll make both teams.
yeah.
And I'll just like whichever one I make, I'll go with. So I made both teams.
Hmm.
And so at first it's like, okay, this will be manageable. Like the practices don't overlap at all or anything. Like palms is on the weekend, cheers during the week.
Hmm.
And then Palms coach gets fired before the season even starts.
What?
So then, do you remember Miss Sanchez?
No, but what happened? Why did she get fired?
Like her parent, I don't remember honestly. It was just like the whole thing was messy.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's okay. Like I'm a freshman, it doesn't like affect me that much. So then there was like all this drama about that, and then the Palms, cause Eno then stepped up and like was the leader of like cheer and Palms, and the Palms team hated the cheer team,
Hmm.
and I'm on both teams. Like
Hmm.
I'm the middle person.
Yeah.
Like yeah. And so the Palms team would always like say bad things about the cheer team. The cheer team wouldn't say the best things about the Palms team. I'm just in the middle. So that part was like a little awkward for me. But like in terms of like practicing schedules, because the practice schedule changed from what it was originally going to be, I would get to the school. We would have 6 a.m. practice for Palms Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I would go to school for the full 8 hours. And then from 4 to 6, I would have cheer practice the same day.
Oh my God.
Practices went till like 6:30.
But like, yeah,
That's
because
so long.
it always went over. So I'd have morning practice and like
School.
freshman year, like new to
Already
everything.
being overworked.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember I would have breakdowns and I'd like come crying to Eno and I'm
Yeah.
like, do this.
Yeah.
Like competitions, don't even get me started on that.
Competitions are
Yeah.
Yeah, because competitions last all day, right? Or no?
Like
Pretty
it
much.
depends on the competition, but like for a league, which was just like DPS, I was in my like Palms uniform and like the hair, the makeup, everything's different. So I competed Palms. I had to like run out. I had to like strip down, change into my cheer uniform, redo makeup, redo hair, like everything, and then compete twice for cheer.
That's insane.
Yeah, twice because we have two different routines.
So you competed 3 different times that day.
Yeah, and that was like for most competitions freshman year.
Were you like dead tired after that?
Yeah.
I would have been like
Yeah, actually.
insane, insane. So then when did you stop doing both? Did you realize after freshman year it was just too much?
It was too much after freshman
Yeah.
year. So sophomore year and forward was only cheer.
She was actually the reason that people can't try out for both teams.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was like the test dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it broke you. I mean, it would have break. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you made it through the whole year. It's a pretty big
Yeah.
accomplishment almost. You did both for an entire year. I would have quit mid-season.
Yeah.
I would no, fuck this shit. I'm gone.
I was proud of you.
Yeah. Proud of you. Proud of you. Okay, so why? I don't know. That's interesting though, because I've heard similar things that the Palms and cheer team don't like each other. Was it the same this year? Has it always been like that?
I think it's always been like that. I feel
And
like
why is that though?
no, because like okay, I love like all of the people on the Palms team individually, but like can I name drop here?
Probably not. If it's an if you
The
love
two
them, sure.
like the two captains, they're like the sweetest people alive. I
Yeah.
love them. And they're like some people on the Palms team this year that I like just love like as individuals, but
Hmm.
then like no, I think it's just the culture between the two. Like they're pretty much the same thing. It's just
I
I don't know.
I think it roots back to before I was in high school because the year before the Palms team was like established
1 year
before the
before.
cheer team.
Hmm.
And so my freshman year, those seniors were the ones who built up the Palms team. Like they got every event. Like they were the only ones on the field, like supporting like the football team. And then the cheer team comes along, and like that year, like I guess didn't really count because it was like the COVID year. Like I don't
Yeah.
think you guys were in person that year. But then like my freshman year, like those girls who built up that team were then seniors, the captains. And so just to like have like their coach get like fired who like helped them like build up the whole program and then get taken over by the cheer coach, I think kind of started everything. So I really think that like first year was like the most there's been drama between the two
Yeah.
teams. Just
Because
like
Eno took over.
yeah.
And
Because well the thing is with Eno taking over, the Palms team was able to continue because you need a coach
Yeah.
to like step in. So if Eno didn't step in, like there wouldn't have been a season.
Yeah.
But I think it was still like the cheer team was like formed after the Palms team, and now the cheer coach is the Palms. It was like
Mm,
yeah.
all of that.
yeah, I get that. It's almost like you also mentioned that the Palms team got all the field time. Maybe it has something to do with shared field time, one team wanting to be better than the other and have more time or more attention. But yeah, I've definitely I just think it's one whole school. Why can't it be a
Also,
united thing? But I obviously get why it's not.
are like the spirit team. Like it's not. It shouldn't be like two different things.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a
Like
whole
spirit, like
you guys work together to make it happen. It's not one and the other. But yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic for sure. But we can transition to another thing. So, wait, where did you guys go to elementary school?
I went to ZCIS at Fairmont.
Okay.
It's downtown.
Okay.
I went to Stanley British Primary School.
Were either of those schools IB schools?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The one I went to was,
Where did you go
which
to?
is odd. I went to Swagger. They already were preaching IB at that point, which is wild because I didn't really think about it, but Northfield's an IB school, Swaggert's an IB school. Was McAuliffe an IB school?
I don't think so.
Probably not. But I wanted to talk about IB because it's something different from almost I don't think I can name another high school besides George Washington in the state of Colorado that does IB. So either of you can take this one. Like, what is an IB school for the people that don't know, and what does it mean, and how can it help you or not help you?
You go first.
IB is kind of just like how do I? Ooh, I don't know. It's like basically you take like a bunch of courses that are like IB courses, and they're like pretty much college courses, I
Yeah.
guess, and they just like prep you for college and like I don't know
Yeah.
what else.
It's a weird setup.
Yeah, it is weird.
And so what they have at Northfield is the IB diploma.
Hmm.
The IB diploma, you have to choose if you're going to do it in your junior year. So when you're a sophomore, you make a bit, it's a pretty big
It's a
decision.
huge
Huge
decision.
decision. You can drop it, but it's hard, right? And we'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a second. But you make the decision if you're going to pursue the IB diploma. The IB diploma means that you take 7 IB courses per year. That meaning that 7 college level courses each year, both junior and senior year, with the addition of CAS,
Mhm.
which is an extension of that, it's service. And if you pass your IB test at the end of it, you get your IB diploma. And the diploma is really what the school advertises because it's supposed to help you get into colleges and stuff like that. But are you guys doing the diploma? And if you were, or what did you think of it? Because you did it
Yeah.
for a second.
I did it all of junior year and then I did it like a month into senior year
Hmm.
and then I dropped it. But they didn't let me drop it at first.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, so when you sign up for the diploma, they're like, you can drop it whenever you want.
Hmm.
It's just to see like what you think of it and like all of this stuff. And then like of course when I get there, I'm like, okay, like this is being like it's too much for me. Like TOK was really like the one thing that
TOK was a pushover.
yeah,
Yeah.
that well I had who did you have?
I had Mr. Salvat.
Yeah, I had him too.
He's freaking awesome, but most people don't think that. Most people do not think that.
He is the reason I quit the diploma.
Okay.
Actually. I really I did not like him. But they were like, yeah, like you can't quit, like you're too far in and I
Mhm.
was like, okay, like there has to be another way and then they were like, okay, like you can do this, this and this. But it literally took me through like 3 counselors to do that.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I didn't even like end up getting to drop it until like the last resort. Like
Yeah.
it was
That's
insane.
wild that they made you do all the work just to drop it.
Hmm.
Why did you drop it?
Mm, it was just a lot.
Yeah.
Like it just became like super duper stressful. And I still like I'm taking all or I took all IB classes still. I just didn't take TOK. Like that was the only thing
Yeah.
that I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I actually like liked the knowledge that we were actually learning in there, but like the teacher really mm-mm,
Didn't do it for you.
he didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I get that. And you're not doing it at all. What was the decision? Or why?
The decision's kind of hard for me. I actually reached out to a lot of like seniors last
Yeah,
year
it's a good pick.
asking like what they thought of it and like why they chose it and why they didn't choose it.
Hmm.
And I think like in the end, my mom like originally did not want me doing it because like for me, like I have to like work extra hard just to get the same grades as like people who don't have to work as hard.
Mm,
So like like us knowing that it was kind of like if I do the diploma, it's going to be like a lot. Like it's different for everyone. Some people are like it took over everything. Like that
hmm
was the only thing I was doing.
hmm
And then some people were like, "Oh, like there was no like extra work or anything."
Yeah.
But like we talked, and I even talked to like multiple counselors about it, and like we all came to the conclusion that I'd probably be working like a lot harder. And I wanted to cheer, I wanted to have a social life.
Hmm.
Um, and that also, like, the college credit is great, but it's like I'm still going to college for 4 years,
Hmm.
and like I don't really like know what I want to learn, like major in and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like for me, like I want a social life. I still like I'm going to college for 4 years.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna like I'll use the college credit if I get any. I'm also not good at taking tests, so the
Yeah.
probability of me
Yeah,
passing it, like actually
that
getting
was
the
Yeah.
another
diploma,
huge factor for
probably
me.
wasn't like too high. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
was just
agree.
like a bunch of things,
It's
but
a lot of
yeah.
things. Yeah, it's definitely, I think for someone going into their junior year, that's a really tough decision to force on people.
Hmm.
And I don't know if they can do it any differently, but I would tell Northfield to do it later if they can, because you don't, I mean, I think you made the right decision. You talked to all the right people. But if you're going through the decision by yourself, it can be hard to figure out if that's the right thing for you. And
Yeah,
then they advertise it poorly because
very.
they really encourage it, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm actually surprised the counselors told you not to do it, or they like helped you not to do
I
it.
think that like the main thing was like if I talked to like the guy in charge of IB, like it's like he's like trying to sell it to you. Like
Yeah,
he's trying to
Mhm.
sell it to as many kids as he can.
yeah,
So it's kind of like that's where I came in with like I talk to different counselors, I get their opinion on it cuz like in the end they're like IB like if a kid takes IB it doesn't affect them like at all. So it's kind of like they help you figure out what's best. But like if you talk to like the IB like coordinator, he's going to be like
yeah.
do
Yeah,
it.
do
Like he's
it.
gonna sell you on it, make it seem like such like a great opportunity. It's going to seem easy because
Hmm.
like
Mhm.
that's where I was at. I was like, this seems easy, but then I like talked to students and like I tried talking to like students who are like athletes and like non-athletes and like I tried reaching out to like all different
You
types
did
of
an
like
experiment.
Yeah,
and like just like hearing people's like true like opinions and values and like towards it and like how it
yeah,
worked out for them.
yeah. I go ahead.
Oh no,
You gonna
I
say
don't
something?
have anything. No. I think it's just okay. For our class at least, like we only know sophomore year. Like freshman year was really hard for us because we didn't know, like we didn't do anything. So I feel like for our class, there was like not a lot of people that did IB because of that, because they were like, oh, well, am I even smart enough to do
Yeah,
this? And that was just like a really hard decision to make at like our basically our first year of high school.
yeah. It's actually a good point because you didn't have a whole other year to think about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or to even, like you said, freshman year kind of may have lowered a lot of kids' confidence
Hmm.
to even pursue it. But I remember at the award ceremony, or even just at graduation, there are a lot of kids that still did it.
That's
I
true.
did see a lot of kids, maybe 150, maybe half the class, I'd
Yeah,
say
I'd say half. Yeah,
50%, which is kind of a low ball compared to other classes,
that's fair.
probably, but still a lot of kids that pursued it.
Hmm.
But it definitely goes back to your point, Sophie. It depends on the student. If you know you're not a good test taker, and if you know that it's going to be m taking up more of your life than you want, then 100% do not go into it. The other thing is kind of goes into the whole college application thing, which is super annoying because it's kind of like, okay, I took the full diploma. To what extent did taking those classes help me get into a college? Did they see the classes and say, oh, you took IB classes your junior year, we like that, we're gonna consider that in your application? Or is it kind of like, it's all right, like we don't really care about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, it's interesting because I'm wearing my Clemson shirt, and Clemson takes, I think it's every single test.
Oh.
If I pass every test, I will get 20 plus credits for college. But it's not like that for everybody, not even close. So, as a sophomore, you're basically asked to make a decision, are you going to take this diploma or not? Not knowing anywhere near where you're going to college or if it's going to help you at all.
Mhm.
And then if you do do it, it could be something that takes up more of your life than you'd like. I'm very grateful I took it because in the end, it gave me an opportunity to earn credits. But for other people and other colleges, I know CU only takes a couple tests.
Mhm.
Arizona, where I was looking, only took a couple tests. Then it's really almost not worth it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a big
Yeah.
thing.
And I think like the thing that helps with that is like just because you're not in the diploma doesn't mean you can't take like the IB like
Right.
classes. So
Yeah.
like I'm not doing the diploma. I had 7 classes. 6 out of 7 classes were IB, and I'll still be taking them next year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when it comes down to like the decision, it's like, do you want to push for the diploma
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
I hate that you don't know if you actually get the
That
diploma
too.
either. Like
That too.
yeah?
that sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's like imagine putting all the hard work into it just to like not get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that would be horrible.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
talked to a kid. He goes to CU. He was 1 point short of the diploma.
Yeah.
And that's like, in terms of everything, you have to average a 4 or better on your tests. IB tests are on a scale of 7. You
Mhm.
have to average a 4 or better to get the diploma. So 7 classes, 7 tests, you have to average a 4. And then there's also the EE,
Mhm.
which is a massive essay that you write in junior year of the diploma. And that EE can give you 2 points if you
Mhm.
do a good job on it. So basically, it was like he was an EE away from getting the diploma.
Literally.
However, with IB, I would say the diploma is is as about as useless as like a spork, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so stupid. The diploma, that was a bad analogy. I was trying to think of something. What's something that's useless? It's like as useless as I don't know. I don't know. Don't the diploma doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. The diploma itself is actually bullshit. You do not need to get the diploma. You just need to get the test scores.
Yeah.
If you get the diploma, like what am I going to do with the diploma? Frame it on my dorm room? Right, exactly. Now that's living in high school. I'm not going to put it in my dorm room, but the diploma is what they advertise. You don't need it because you took 6 IB classes. That's the thing. It's really not that different
Yeah.
if
It's
you think
not.
about it. You didn't take it, you took 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't take the diploma, you took 6 IB classes. I took the diploma, I took 7. It's a one class difference,
And that's too okay.
and you can still get the credits for it
Yeah.
for each test. That's the thing. If you were to pass math English, those credits might go towards college anyways, despite not doing the diploma.
Yeah.
So I guess what are we erring on? Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I don't know.
Unless you know it's going to help you,
Yeah.
which I don't.
But
Up for
it's so hard
interpretation.
to, like, yeah, to
Yeah,
like make that decision or estimate.
as a
It's a
sophomore.
lot as
Yeah.
a sophomore.
It's a lot.
As a
Yeah.
sophomore. Just, I think, do what Sophie did for the underclassmen. Do what Sophie did. Talk to a lot of seniors and talk to your parents and counselors and make the right choice, which you will, which is what you did. And it worked out for you. So there you go. Now, the next thing is a segment I haven't done in a while. Actually, maybe we'll just end with the quote of the day.
Okay. Yeah.
The next question I have is kind of, it's a mix because you're going into senior year, you're going into college.
Mhm.
But we'll start with you. What are you looking forward to in senior year? What do you want to happen senior year? What goals do you want to have? What goals do you have?
Um, I think going into senior year, I my goals are to still have like very good grades.
Yeah.
I want my grades to be high, but I also want to like take it in. I want to like take in like the senior sunrise, the senior 14 or like all of it, like all
Yeah.
those like special like days for seniors cuz like throughout high school each year's gotten faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I know for a fact senior year is going to go by pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be able to like take it in and enjoy it while it lasts
100%.
because like
You only get
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You only get
So
one.
I want good grades and I want to live in the moment.
Good grades and good times.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah, you will. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. It's definitely, would you say it's the best year? I think it was the most fun year.
I think it was the most fun area.
They do have a lot of events for seniors, which I appreciate. Yeah, you're gonna love it, but definitely don't like one thing I kind of preach is not being on your phone and stuff like that.
Mm.
Just genuinely just experience it.
It's
Like,
only TikTok.
did you do that? What are we talking about here? That's unrealistic. But yeah, it is a great year and you'll have a blast. So that's good. Abby, Abigail,
For college,
what goals do you have for your freshman year? And what do you want to what experiences do you want to have?
I think I just like I really want to just have fun.
Yeah.
Like I know that's like yes, I want to do good like my freshman year because it's like the base of everything, but I also want to have a lot of
Yeah.
because like I'm in a brand new state, brand new people, brand new literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to cheer though. So
Yeah.
I really hope, yeah.
You'll be on the field and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
I know. That'll be really fun.
How does that work? Do they give field passes or they're just like, you're the cheer team. You can come on the field.
I
I don't
actually
know how
don't
that
know.
works.
I think they get field passes, but
It's a big deal.
yeah, I feel like the uniforms.
Yeah, seriously.
You just all show up at the same time and
Should I
get
wear a fake uniform and try and get in
in.
as a cheerleader?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Really good, honestly.
That would be so fun.
I mean, yeah.
Because those football games and sports games, especially at a major D1, there's so much they have to organize and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm
they're
really
giving
excited.
passes to certain people and the cheerleaders and the interviewers. It's just a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Cheer manager.
Cheer manager.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What do I do?
You help the coaches, you manage the cheer team.
So it sounds easy.
It is.
It is
Okay.
easy. We have
It's like an
we-
assistant position.
this year because of the no
No, we have two.
we have two this year.
Sometimes three.
Sometimes.
Okay.
But
Sounds
this is
easy.
the first year we've ever had cheer managers.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
And they didn't do much.
They like show up and they help us at practice.
What does
No.
helping mean?
Like
Do they have
Or
to
with
help
the
you with
girls.
technique
no.
and stuff?
They like they said
They
They help set up
they
or
encourage us and they play like
They
if
help
someone's
us.
hurt and like needs an ice pack,
They'll run to go.
okay.
we get it. If
Yeah.
like the coaches need something, like
Mhm.
It's like a TA.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
TA.
For cheer.
It
Yeah.
is.
Got you. Yeah.
It's pretty
Who
good.
knows? Who knows? Are you guys? How are you? You're feeling excited. How are you feeling about
This
freshman
season,
year? Excited as
I'm
well?
freshman.
Are you feeling scared at all? Either of you?
No.
Yeah. No
I'm
nerves.
so excited.
Yeah.
I'm-
I think it's just the new people can be nerve wracking a little bit,
Yeah.
in my opinion, just because you don't know anybody. But other than that, you're right. Everything is exciting. I mean, it's like a nice lineup because you have senior year, which is super exciting, and then you go right into college. So you're straight up. That's 2 years coming up right now. So
Yeah.
that'll be good. And the
Mhm.
last question I have is, and you can answer this too, Sophie, because it's coming up, but how do you envision your life changing after high school? And maybe a bigger question that's pretty hard for some people, but what do you want to do in the future? And it doesn't have to just be your major, but like what would you want your life to look like?
You want to go first? No.
You want to start a family? Do you want to make
No.
money? Like what?
I have my years like set. Like I
Do
want
you?
to. Yeah, I want to go to college for 4 years undergrad, and then I want to go to college for another like 2 years to get my grad,
Hmm.
and then okay, so I'm young for grade. Like I'm still 17. I don't turn 18 until college.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I don't graduate college until I'm 21. And then I'll go for another 2 years, so I'll be 23. I want to start having like I want to have my stuff together by the age of 24.
Hmm.
And then like have a family, get married, all of that.
What do you mean by your stuff together by 24?
Like I want
Like
to
your own
have
house
like
and stuff?
yeah, like my job, my house, everything.
Okay.
Like everything.
Nice. So then what are you going to undergrad for? What's the whole goal?
I want to become sports media manager.
Oh, nice. For like a professional team, what does that look like?
Yeah. I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
I just know, yeah, I know I want it to be, well, I know I want it more on the football side because that is like my favorite sport to watch, but basketball is great too.
And so what does the sports media
Like,
look like? Are you because there was someone who spoke this year
mm-hmm.
for business. Did you listen to that person as well?
No, but I got her number and I have an internship with her.
No way.
Yeah.
You have an internship with her?
Mm-hmm.
When?
I think this summer.
No
I'm not sure.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so doing what she's doing, like
Mm-hmm.
posting on Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram,
All of
running
that
all the
stuff.
social
Yeah.
media. Yeah, she sounds like she has a pretty cool job,
Yeah,
so
she does.
yeah,
She
that's
gets
cool.
media passes.
Yeah, she gets media passes, box passes even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like she's watching from nice
Oh, yeah.
spots for
Yeah.
sure. Okay,
That's what I want.
I like that. That's a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie?
Oh, I don't know. Go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I want to major in. And then like I don't know how many like, cause like okay, I know you go to college for 4 years, but
Yeah,
you know like
you could do extra stuff.
after that gets confusing. But I'll
Yeah.
do some of the extra stuff. And then I do want to get like I do want to get married like kind of at a younger age and like have kids younger.
Okay.
How young is young though?
Yeah.
Like
Don't tell me 19.
no.
Yo, this year, part of my senior experience, I want to have a kid. Crazy.
Actually, that'd be freshman year.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Like no. No, I haven't like figured that part out. But I want to like I don't want to like wait till I'm like super old to get married.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But how old are you talking about? Young. How young are you talking about?
What
I mean,
age do you want
24?
to be married at?
Like when Abby's buying her house, you're married. 24.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I'm
fair.
23.
Okay. I like
And
it.
like I want kids around that age as well.
So you're building the family from the 23 and up
Ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for 77 years, possibly,
Uh-huh.
or more.
And then get a house, and then
Where do you want to live?
Yeah.
um if I stay in Colorado, like living in the mountains would be so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it would
Like
be cool.
having land in the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. I have a question for you though. Are you going to switch schools when you go grad school?
I don't think so.
Stay at
I would
Miami?
probably stay at Miami
Okay,
just
nice.
because they're like huge on like internships and stuff, so
Yeah.
they like push you to stay for grad school. I also really want to intern with Cincinnati, so
Ooh.
we'll see. See what
Cincinnati, the
Bengals,
college?
the
Yeah.
Bengals.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy. That'd be
If
sweet.
they're good this year,
Yeah.
because
Intern for them now?
no, like eventually,
Yeah.
turn-
That'd be
like while
so
I'm in
awesome.
college, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll stay at Miami. I like that. And then my last question before we kick it off is kind of, I don't know, I think the internship thing is super scary for me. Like, so you got her number,
Hmm.
and then was it a long process, or were you just texting her and she was like, "Hey, I'd love for you to come."
That's literally all that happened.
So it's
So
not that,
okay, so my friend, she was on the cheer team. She had an internship with her, like last, I don't know, like last year,
okay,
and
nice.
she got to like do media for the Nuggets,
Yeah,
and
that's
I was like,
insane.
oh my God, like I want your life. What are
Hmm.
you doing? And she was like, oh, like this girl that came to speak, da da da.
Hmm.
And I was like, can you give me her number? And she was like, yeah, of course. So like we literally, I got her number, I reached out, and she reached out back, and she was like, oh yeah, like I do internships all the time. Like I'd love to have you.
That's
Like
awesome.
so I was like, oh,
That's good.
that's me,
So
yeah.
it sounds like it's easier than it
It
seems.
is.
That's
I've
good.
done two internships now. So
For who?
we did one, or I did one for Be Well Health,
Okay.
and then I did one at Ballarat, which
Oh,
was
nice.
media for them too.
What does the media look like for Ballarat?
It's just their Instagram,
Yeah.
yeah. But Be Well was a lot more organized
So wait,
because
so when did you do this? Last summer?
well, no, I did Be Well the end of last semester.
Okay.
I did Be Wells, and then Ballarat was the first semester of junior year.
Nice. And how long did those internships last?
The Be Well one was 10 weeks, and then the Ballarat one was just every time I went.
Okay, nice. So it's a lot it's easier than it
It's
seems.
a lot easier.
It seems scary to me, so that's good.
It's not. It's like I don't know. It's really fun.
Nice way to
I
get
really
experience
yeah.
too. Okay, well, I'll look into that. But that's
Want to
pretty
do
much it. I'd love to take this somewhere. I would love to. I
FSU?
need to reach out to some people because that's kind of the main thing. You got to
Yeah,
reach out to people.
Yeah.
yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'll reach out to like a radio station or something.
You
This
could
would be good.
I don't know.
speak in between the songs on the radio.
Yeah,
They're like dial this number,
yeah,
dial
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh my
I
God,
don't
I
know.
could
Maybe,
totally see you doing that.
maybe.
That'd
Well,
be
that would
fun.
be fun just to get some experience. That's good though. Maybe I should look into that.
Yeah,
I just love doing this, and I
yeah.
love hearing other people's thoughts on things. So we'll see what happens.
Be good at it.
Yeah.
You are good at it.
I appreciate that. We'll
Yeah.
end with the Disney quote that I found
Disney.
for the Walt Disney
Ooh.
Walt Disney quote before we send it off. It was okay. Nice. Ready? The quote of the day to end this episode of Granted. First, think. Second, believe. Third, dream. And finally, dare. Walt Disney.
Wow.
Gotta believe in the dream to make it happen.
Fair.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and tuning in to another episode of Granted. It was a pleasure to have you guys on,
Thank you for having
and
us.
we will continue to do it more over the summer. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're Audi 5000. Peace out. That's it.